In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at 3 different Monster High collector dolls released by Mattel in 2023. Each doll is at a different price point. It gets to be a pretty steep price tag, and I want to look at what makes a doll so expensive and I guess decide if it's worth it. So in this video, we're going to be taking a closer look at Stitched in Style Frankie Stein, Midnight Runway Spectra Vondergeist, and finally Harmonie Ghoul from the Monster High Off-White collaboration. At the time of this recording, all of the dolls featured in this video are currently still available. Stitched in Style Frankie Stein, I believe, was an Amazon exclusive. It's still on Amazon now and actually is currently on sale, so I'll link to these dolls below. It was originally priced at $50. Now you can see the packaging is similar to what we have seen before from Monster High. We've got a clear box in the front. On the side it says Monster High. On the back is an image of the doll with some text. The text only appears in English. It says Frankie Stein is stitched together in a look that electrifies. Stitching style with edge, Frankie Stein stuns in a deconstructed couture gown that celebrates the timeless art of tailoring and dressmaking. And it goes into detail about her outfit. While the packaging is reminiscent of a Playline doll release, it is intended for adult collectors. It says it's for ages 14 and up. So here's Frankie out of the packaging. She did actually come with a certificate of authenticity. It was in the back of the box. Obviously the box is more of a Playline style of packaging. It did rip when I was trying to get her out of the box, even though I was being super gentle and careful. But, you know, it's okay. I'm gonna keep her out of the box anyway. So she comes with a doll stand. It is actually a saddle stand. You can see the little skullette base. Looking at her from foot to head, her shoes I like her shoes. I like them. They're pretty impressive. I don't recall seeing this mold before on a Monster High doll. We've got stiletto kind of style heels with a platform base. It's not a solid piece of plastic base. It is hollow. The spiky heels are a very soft plastic, which is probably a good thing. She's on a saddle stand and kind of hovering above the base, so she's not putting any weight on these because they will bend. I like the silver uppers. I guess these are supposed to be lacing that's going up her ankle. Would have been nice if this was a different color than the rest of the shoe, but you know, whatever. Her body is the Gen 1, I think, Frankie color, with the little stitching details on her body and the bolts on her neck, which is really cool. And I am referring to her as she because I believe this is Gen 1 Frankie, not current generation Frankie. Her headpiece is this spiky kind of crown, and it's got a lot of detail in it. I think these are like, maybe like safety pin style barrettes going through it. A lot of chain detail in the back. You can see all that. It's pretty long. It's got little spikes on the end. And then that detail is repeated, kind of this overlay on the skirt, this plastic piece. It's stitched to the fabric here, but the rest is just kind of part of this piece that buckles around the waist in the back. She's also got a spiky silver armband that is actually 2 pieces. We've got one around the forearm and one over the upper arm or the bicep. Is you have a top that is separate from the bottom skirt, and the top it's a combo of like a black pleather material and a little fishnet halter detail with a ribbon in the back. And then the skirt is the classic Frankie plaid with the silver stitching detail over some tulle. You can see here the back of the skirt above the layer of tulle is just black. I don't know if this top piece is supposed to be hiding this and it's just not doing a very good job, but I don't like that I can see that. I don't think this should be visible. So I took a closer look at the picture on the back of the box and the skirt itself and recognized that the bottom layer skirt, the skirt with the tulle attached to it, is a separate piece than this top plaid layer. So this piece had kind of gotten twisted a little bit. I put it back into position and it's supposed to look more like that, which I honestly still don't love, because if you look here on the side, you can still see this black underlayer peeking out. And then you can see that hem here where the tulle is attached, and it just looks very unfinished and not in a purposeful way, in an accidental way. So what do I think of the outfit? I guess as best as I can say about that. I like the concept, but I don't love the execution. In terms of her face, let's compare her to a Gen 1 Frankie. Okay, so here's our comparison. We've got our new Stitched in Style Frankie compared to a Gen 1 Frankie, compared to a Creep Reduction Frankie. The Creep Reduction and the old Frankie, she looks like she has a fuller face. This Frankie's face looks a little bit more angular here, a little softer, fuller here. Actually, this Frankie looks like her eyes are wider set. But obviously Stitched in Style is falling in line with the Gen 1 Frankie overall look. I like that she has the little bolts in her neck. I don't like there isn't more white in her hair. I mean, if we're looking at our Gen 1 Frankie, so much white mixed with the black. And here is Stitched in Style. Her hair is just basically all black except for the front. It's also, we've got some box hair. It's not fantastic coming out of the packaging. I've seen much worse. Her hair is soft. It actually doesn't feel like it has any product in it at all. So all in all, I'm not gonna lie, I'm slightly disappointed in this doll's execution. This isn't a Playline doll. She's a $50 doll, even if she's on sale now. And I feel like at that price point, it's not like she's poorly executed. I guess I have a little bit higher expectations, and I'm not loving the execution of her skirt. But apparently this is what you get for $50 now from Mattel. The Haute Couture Monster High release of Midnight Runway Spectra Vondergeist was a Mattel Creations exclusive priced at $75. Again, at the time of this recording, she's still available, and I'll link below. This doll's packaging is obviously coffin shaped. It's much more detailed than Playline packaging. It's got kind of a chain detail textured on the box. I'm not sure if we call this embossing, but the back of the box has that same detail in kind of a holographic pink color, which is the same as the detail on the front that says Haute Couture with an MH and then the mask design. When you open the box, you reveal Spectra in a clear plastic that can slide out. And she also comes with a certificate of authenticity. Oh, and I didn't point out on the side of the box, it does say Midnight Runway. Again, this doll was manufactured for adult collector. It says it's not made for anyone under the age of 14. Now here we have Midnight Runway Spectra Vondergeist from the Monster High Haute Couture line. And again, this doll was $75, and compared to Frankie, I could see the difference just in the packaging alone. She was much easier to get out of the box. The box is salvageable, reusable. The little plastic tops comes right off. You could put her back in the packaging if you wanted to. She was held in with plastic tags, but you could get her out without taking the entire box apart. She also came with a certificate of authenticity, same kind of cardstock as Frankie's certificate, but it does look a little different. She also comes with a saddle stand. Hers is black, and you can see the skullet base again. She comes wearing a mask. Her hair is very long. It's got a slight wave. It doesn't feel like it has glue seepage. It just feels a little sticky. I guess there's some kind of hair product in it. And it's not fabulous looking coming out of the packaging, but it's not horrendous. It is held back on the side with a little band. Her mask is held in place with kind of a plastic protector and stays and like a rubber band. The mask is a kind of a light blue, translucent with a little bit of glitter It looks like embedded into the plastic. Her hair is black and purple. Her outfit, I like her outfit. Her outfit seems to be 3 pieces, as in addition to these silver details. So we've got a shiny silver plastic kind of belt overlay. Then we have a silver necklace. It's 1 piece with multiple chain detail. Then we have these really cool earrings. I took off her belt so you can see better her outfit, which is 3 pieces. The topmost layer is this little pleather bustier. You can see that. And that Velcro's in the back. It goes on top of this sheer layer that includes this little train, this little puff sleeve detail, and these little pleather ruched sleeves that go on top. That's all 1 piece, all of this. And then the base layer is a pair of black pleather shorts attached to a silver strapless top, and that's all 1 piece. And then her shoes, I love her shoes, all the swirly detail.
I love the gray textured chain detail of the base.
And then these translucent swirly plastic details going up the heels. These are really cool looking shoes. And then of course we're looking at a classic Spectra body, from white to translucent, from her legs to her toes, and then from her arms to her hands. And then her face is very pale white as well. Let's get the mask off so we can take a closer look at her face. Okay, so here we have 2 Spectras side by side. Here is an old Spectra that I have and our new lady. And their faces do look different a little bit, especially in the lips. They do look like they have different face molds. So I only have this Spectra. This is the only other Spectra I have. So comment below if you have another Spectra who is closer to this face mold. But otherwise, you can see that this Spectra has rooted eyelashes. I like her purple lips. They match her hair color. And of course, she's got that shadowy eye thing going on. She does have some little painted detail in her eyebrows, like little eyebrow hairs. So in general, more painted face detail, particularly in the eyes, than a playline version. Also, you can see they have very different hair textures. The thing I loved about Spectra was how soft and fine her hair is. And obviously this Spectra has a completely different hair texture. Now I did take off the plastic holding in her mask, obviously, but I was able to get the mask to stay on again. All in all, I do like this Spectra, this $75 price point doll, better than the Frankie release. Now let's look at our last doll. And finally, we have Harmonie Ghoul, the release from the Monster High Off-White collaboration. This is the most expensive doll in this video. She was priced at $150. Again, made for adult collectors, and as you can see, her packaging is very unique to the Monster High line and pretty luxe looking. We've got this cardboard kind of Swiss cheese thing going on. The fashion brand Off-White can be seen at the bottom. And this is kind of like, I don't know how to describe it, like lucite or something attached to the box base. On the other side, it has Monster High. And then there's also this light embossing as Mattel creation with the Mattel logo emblem. On the top of the box, you've got 2 icons, one for Monster High and one for Off-White. Again, these kind of plasticky lucite pieces that are attached to the outer box sleeve. Once you lift the cardboard outer sleeve, you reveal the doll in a plastic case, and this is just plastic packaging. It's sturdy, but it's soft. Also, it came with this little tiny certificate of authenticity. Included with the doll, who is on a doll stand, is this little display case of a handbag accessory. It's all very luxe and high-end looking. I was surprised that this is just kind of packaging level plastic and not a kind of sturdier display case kind of plastic. So here we have our most expensive doll in this video. This is Harmonie Ghoul, a release from the Monster High Off-White collaboration. She is in an off-white inspired outfit that was actually seen on the runway at some point. And yeah, the packaging is way next level. I've deconstructed it based on the instructions that came with it. So I'm a little disappointed that this part is not a heavier duty plastic, because it is meant to be kept to display the doll once you remove that inner thing that was kind of keeping her in place. What I expected it to be is more like this. This is a hard plastic case that's being used to display the little handbag that comes with it. So without completely unboxing the bag, I just took the top display cover off. We've got a tiny little luggage tag. We have a gold skullet and then a off-white icon. It's on a gold chain. And then the handbag appears to be a little black kind of clutch shape with off-white printed on it in gold lettering. So I think I'm just gonna keep it in here because I feel like I'm gonna lose it otherwise. Now the base of the box is this hard cardboard, and then she is on a matching doll stand. The base matches the cardboard, but this is plastic. And again, it's a saddle stand. And then you can see her shoes. They are a clear plastic that is textured to look like it's like a saggy boot, basically. Textured to look like it has lines in it. And then the inner boot, whether it's a sock or a boot, looks like it's like a pleather material, and it says just for dancing. This boot says not for walking. I actually chose this doll for her overall aesthetic and the details, in particular her outfit. I know some people weren't vibing with this one, but I love this dress. I really do. This kind of Victorian Harlequin pattern. It is finished. It's pleated. It's got ruffle detail around the waist. I love all the details in the sleeves and the bodice. Obviously, she looks to be Frankie inspired. She has the two different color eyes. This time she has one blue and one amber. She has black lips, but instead of the little bolts, she has one like nail stuck through her neck. Her earrings, again, are that off-white kind of logo icon. And her hair is green with black highlights. It's very green in the back. You can see it's all gelled to hell. It's not flawless coming out of the packaging. And her hair is actually pretty short. It's kind of like bob length, I think. But I like this victory roll look in the front, and her little bangs and her freckles. I just love her overall look a lot. And I do like the execution. Even though I hate hair gel in my dolls, I'm not gonna touch this hair because I don't want her to lose this hairstyle. So obviously we have a lot of creativity in design. There's a lot of detail in the outfit, even though it's only one piece. And as I said, the packaging is kind of next level, you know, to the point of being a tad ridiculous. So this is what you're getting for your $150 price point. Also, I forgot to point out the certificate of authenticity looks like a business card, first of all. Also, it doesn't even specify which doll you have. It just says this certifies that your Monster High Off-White doll materialized through the collaborative efforts of the designers and artists at Mattel. It doesn't even tell you which doll this is, which her name's Harmonie Ghoul. I just wanted to point that out because the other two certificates of authenticity actually say which character they're talking about. This one's for Spectra and this one's for Frankie Stein. All in all, I am pleased with this doll. I don't regret buying her. I kind of regret buying the Frankie doll. So here we are with final thoughts. What differences am I seeing in the price points? So our Frankie doll, I don't think her outfit was executed as well as it could be. Her face-up details were more playline level. Her packaging was more playline level. I do see some elevation in the concept But I don't know, $50 I feel like was kind of high for her, to be honest. Of all 3 dolls, Frankie's the only one I actually regret buying. Spectra, on the other hand, she was $75. I very much like her. Her hair's a little messed up, but honestly, that could probably easily be fixed. I like her outfit. The details and executions, I feel like, are at a higher level than Frankie. Her packaging was definitely of a higher end, and she has rooted lashes. And her face makeup is definitely more detailed than Frankie. And finally, we have our Off-White Monster High collaboration. And no, I don't know why Monster High collaborated with Off-White of all the fashion brands in the world. But I think this doll works. I like her. I like the execution. I like the design concept. I like her hair, even though I normally hate hair gel in doll hair. And her details also are at a higher execution level. I mean, for example, her accessories, her earrings, the nail going through her neck, those things, I don't know what material they're made of, but they don't feel like plastic. They actually feel like metal. I think the details on her outfit are pretty well executed. I like the design of the outfit. I like her little purse accessory. And of course, the packaging, you can definitely see that at this price point that the packaging is really higher end packaging. Even though as I said, I wished the top cover had been a heavier duty plastic. I feel there is a marked difference in the quality of the Frankie Stein versus Spectra and Harmonie Ghoul from the Off-White collection. I definitely see a difference there, not just in packaging, but also doll execution. I think there is a slight level up between Spectra and Harmonie in terms of execution and materials used. But I feel like what you're really paying for is the Off-White brand name and the packaging. What do you think of collector doll price structures? Do you think any of them are worth the money? Have you bought any of them yourself? As always, let me know by commenting below.